Okay, so hi guys, my name is Caleb and I'll be dealing with today's devotion. And today's devotion topic is relationship versus religion. That is a hefty topic because there's always a lot to unpack from that topic. Because you hear a lot of people saying, I am not religious, but I believe in God and things. But what is religion and what is being religious? And I have some definitions here. According to this dictionary, religion, it has three definitions. According to this dictionary, religion is the belief and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. It is also a particular system of faith and worship. It's a pursuit or interest followed with great devotion. So, by this definition, technically Christians should be religious because you're going through the motions and you believe in this God and you worship in this God and you're doing what you need to do. But here where it comes tricky because you could be going to church, you could be going to all the services, playing instruments in the church, singing in the church, what have you, and doing all the things that the church asks of you. You could be reading the Bible still. You could be giving and you could be being a good person, as a lot of people say, and still not experience any spiritual growth. And that is the determinant factor. Religious and being religious does not guarantee spiritual growth. And it's sad because a lot of people think that religion is just going through the motions, and if I do this and if I do that, then this should happen. But that is not necessarily the case because a lot of the things that we do in church, a lot of them are ritualistic and traditional. Some of it not even biblical, but that is a whole other topic. So when you look at it from that aspect, it is honestly sad. But then again, you could be doing all of this and not reach anywhere in your spiritual life, your spiritual journey. And that is the whole thing about it. We are spirit and we're supposed to worship God in spirit and in truth. So if we're not worshiping God in spirit, obviously there's more to it because it's not it's but the truth. What is the truth? And what is the missing link? And that is where relationship comes in. I have definitions for relationship. So, according to this dictionary, relationship is the way in which two or more people or things are connected, or the state of being connected, by blood or marriage. It is also the way in which two or more people or groups regard and behave towards each other. So from that you can get an idea of what relationship is. But how does that relate to what we're talking about here? So just now, let me break it down for you. Right? So let's use the example of having a relationship with a significant other. First and foremost, a relationship is a choice. You choose that relationship. You choose to be with that person. You choose that person based on whether they look good and when they do this or they do that, and they have certain qualities that you like. So you choose to be with them. You choose to be in that relationship with them. And the same thing with God. If you have not chosen for yourself to worship God and to serve God in spirit and in truth, then you are just being religious because you're just going through the motions. A lot of people are in church, but they didn't make that choice for themselves. Me personally, honestly, I made the choice for myself. Even though I grew up in church and thing, I was at a point where I was questioning everything. But then again, because of my experiences, I made that choice, and that leads me to the next part. Relationship brings about a different experience that you can't necessarily explain. Sometimes you don't even have words to explain. But sometimes when you have those words, it is called testimony. And a lot of people testimonies show why they believe in what they believe in. And that's important because the testimony will help you and remind you of certain things. But relationship is an experience. You could tell me about your relationship with your significant other, and I would not understand some things. But you and your significant other have the code, and the same thing with God. And everyone's relationship with God would have similar things. Like because it's built on the Bible and it's built on certain principles. But their experiences is different. And you can't really force someone to have an experience. You can just tell them about your experience, and that is how you tell people about God and all these other things. And one of the other things about relationship as well is that it allows you to grow and develop. It cares for your spiritual man. You know, your spiritual man is able to, I say spiritual man, but I mean spirit. So your spirit is able to thrive, I should say, and you're allowed to worship God in spirit and in truth. And that's the next thing about relationship. Relationship allow you to be your best self. Not necessarily the person you think you want to be, because sometimes we make certain decisions based on the certain information we have. But the more we learn, the more we grow, we recognize that a lot of choices that we made in the past, we would not have done it now. But when you are in a relationship with God, you are allowed to be your best self. And it pushes you to be your best self. And one of the aspects of relationship is that once you could see the relationship is working, you'd see people on the outside asking something a little different about you. Or like, for example, when you're with your relationship with your significant other, right? Some people is be glowing. He's be glowing. He's be glowing. And he's have this different shine because things going nice. And the same thing like also too, like if you break up with somebody, some people just be glowing because they actually escape that situation. But in the case with God, when you have that relationship with God, right? People are supposed to see the difference in you. And people would ask you, well, how certain things going like that, but you're still able to keep a smile on your face and you're still able to keep jolly and all these other things. And you could only say but God, and people would ask, but that don't even make any sense. And it come back to what I was saying before, that you can't really explain certain things because it's other experience. So to wrap everything up, is your relationship with God sincere? Is it sincere in the sense that you are doing what you need to do? And it is a two-way street because God made promises in the Bible that if we do certain things that we will get it. Is it a two-way street like that? Are people seeing the difference in your life? And if you can't answer these questions, then you can't really tell anybody anything or tell anybody about God and all these other things. So you need to ask yourself that personally. And I wrap up here. We could always speak more about it, but this is the end for me. I thank you for listening.